First of all, on behalf of the Conley Hotel and the Eastland Community Foundation, thank you all so much for coming down and attending a most worthy few minutes of your day to come down here and honor Jim Keffer. Many of you know Jim in a lot of different ways and for a lot of different time links. I've known Jim for 30-something years. When Jim and Leslie moved here, Jim and I were thrown together through the early JC's clubs, where we chased Jim in a gorilla uniform, or a gorilla suit around the courthouse as a fundraiser. We have raised kids together, baseball together, grown up together. I'm fortunate I work for him now, and that has been a blessing. The main thing is, Jim and Leslie have been a huge blessing to this community in so many ways, and tonight we honor one of those ways is his dedication and his tenure to our state legislature in the great state of Texas. So for that, for remembering where Eastland is, for putting us on the map in the state capital, for keeping us in the focus of what rural Texas should be, my hat's off to you. Thank you for everything that you have done for us. So, we have a couple of other folks that would like to say some things also.
I would, and Mark could tell this story and say the same thing as the previous mayor, and the work you did helping us keep our water and keeping folks from messing with our water rights and what we've got here. Water is more valuable than oil. We find that out every day. And for your 20 years that you've represented Eastland, you represented yourself and Leslie, and for you putting up with him through these 20 years. And you're part of that. You lived through it too. A lot of times y'all work together. And we thank both of you. And the saying's always true, behind every good man's a good woman and a surprised mother-in-law. And I was looking for Billy. There she is. There she is. Man, what you've done and the time you spent, and it's great to work for a company that's a family business that has allowed you to serve, is also a blessing to this community. And we appreciate you. The city of Eastland says thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Judge Fields, the floor is yours.
Well, I didn't know about the gorilla thing, but we have the courthouse today.
Yeah. There's pictures.
I'd like to concur with what Mark and Mayor Vernon said. Eastland County has been extremely blessed for the past 20 years. I know on a personal level, having gone through fires and floods and tornadoes and airplanes falling out of the sky, and we're waiting on the pestilence and the frogs now, but Jim has never failed to call me during one of those instances and say, what can I do for you? What kind of state resources can I bring to bear?
Well, I'm glad it's you and not me. I thought that was a phone call.
When he said, I know Lake Cisco's flooding, you can't get home and you have no water. Other than that, how's your day going?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, Lake Leon is flooded. But in Commissioner's Court, we adopted a resolution, and it's short because I wrote it, and so it's very short. Eastland County Commissioner's Court resolution honoring State Representative James L. Jim Keffer. Whereas Jim Keffer has served Texas as a state representative for Texas House District 60 for 20 years, and whereas Mr. Keffer has been a statewide leader giving guidance and assistance to Texas and Eastland County, and whereas in Mr. Keffer's 20 years of service in his position in the Texas House of Representatives, he developed common sense legislation for all of Texas. And whereas Mr. Keffer advocated for the betterment of the citizens of Eastland County and the other 7 counties in House District 60, now therefore be it resolved that the Eastland County Commissioner Court is hereby adopt this resolution of gratitude to James L. Jim Keffer for his years of service.
Profound.
This is your moment.
Aren't y'all glad I'm not asking you for money? That's pretty profound. Now, I tell you, this is a bittersweet thing. Leslie and I really talked and soul searched and a lot about whether or not it was time to do something else. But it's just one. You're not supposed to do it forever. And 10 terms was a nice round number, and so it sort of made sense that we you know, I'm 45 now, and I wanted to look at doing some other things. And whatever, but, no, I did look at 97 when I had hair, when I started, and it does change some. But I want y'all to know that I've loved every minute of being in the honor of being your representative in Austin, and it's a blessing. And we didn't know what we were getting into at the time. And if y'all, you're looking at getting into politics, never make the mistake of forgetting or not even thinking about telling your wife that you were going to go down and sign up. That's one of those things you always look back and that was a mistake. But we worked it out. We had some words, but it was there. It worked out fine, but finally. But no, it's gosh, 20 years is amazing how fast it's gone. And I'm looking at everybody here. They all had the gumption and the fortitude to put a sign in the yard at the time and be on a commercial or just talk for me at a opportune moment on a campaign. And you know, Leslie and I will never ever forget. It's just one of those kind of things that in your heart you just don't know. At those times, you would give us a call or come by and say it's going to be okay, or kick us in the butt, or whatever the case might be. You know, you all were there, and I just want to thank you for it. And, you know, I don't know if you know that my foray into politics started when my father-in-law, Earl Bradley, walked into my office and said, "Okay, it's your turn to be Republican County Chair." Like, what? And, you know, you remember at that time, being Republican County Chair was not a good gig around here. But it's grown, and I'm very proud of the changes that our county and our districts made. But as Mark said, rural Texas is so important that we have a place at the table, and I hope it continues. You know, and we have to work with who we have down there now. And hopefully, whatever, it's a learning curve, but you know, it'll be all right. You know, and it's something that we'll be down there some, and hopefully be able to help too. But you guys are fantastic. I love every one of you, and you know, again, it was just an honor and a blessing these last 20 years. And everybody keeps on coming up and saying we're going to. Now, this is not a funeral. We will be, you know, we will be here. We'll continue on, but I just want you all to know how much we appreciate you being here. We love you. God bless you all. God bless Texas. Thank you. And I think Jim Ferris said some of these we've gone over into the 11th Court. They got a room there that you know, Scott Bailey, who we love dearly, and I learned very, very much from what governing means. But there's 3 of us from Eastland County that have served in the legislature. A guy from Gorman, what, Jim, in the 20s? Got the 11th Court here, and then, of course, Scott Bailey and myself, and so we're going to collect some mementos and have it there as Eastland County representatives, so that'll be fun. So anyway, y'all go back and see that. We still got food and drink, so please